In this video I'm going to show you how to create a CSS file and how you can link that one to an existing HTML page. Okay, let's start with Dreamweaver, file, new. Let's create a HTML page first. I saw an HTML page. I've already got some text. In this HTML page, which you can see it in design view, I have a header sections and two paragraphs. Let's go back to the codes. In paragraph 1 I've specified an ID, and in paragraph 2 just the paragraph without any specific identifier. Right, I want to initially define a different style for paragraph, and then I can modify only paragraph 1. Just I want to start with a new CSS file, blank CSS file here. Create a new CSS file. In this CSS file, let's say we want to define paragraph P, open bracket. Let's say I want to change font family to Korea, and semicolon at the end, font size, let's make it 10 and close the brackets. That's it. Now if I save this one, save as, I've already created a subfolder called CSS, and I'm going to put my style in that subfolder, and I call my file style1.css. okay, and I want to save my HTML page as page1.html. okay, now you can see that I have a one page 1 HTML and one style 1 .css file here. The next thing I want to do is I want to link my style file to my HTML file. There are different ways you can do it. Either you can use CSS style panel, or let me show you another ways that you can do this one. To link these two together, select your CSS file and drag and drop it in the head section of your HTML page. Now you can see that this link is created for you, link, and some details here, and href, which is linked to the actual file, which is CSS and style1.css file. If I go back to my page and have a look at in the design view, you can see that the style been applied, which is smaller font and it's a different font altogether. Okay, let's save this one and transfer everything across. And if you go back to the browser, we should have week 4 page 1, and that is the result of one page with different style which I have already defined. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to work with paragraph 1. I want to redefine some details about the paragraph 1. I go back to my style page, and in the style, if I want to redefine the identifier tag, in this case para1, that's why we use hash para1 and open bracket and close bracket. Let's say we want to define font family Verdana and font size of, let's say, 12. Save it. Transfer it across and view the page. Now that's it. That's the result of modifying para1, which is my first paragraph. When you use identifier, it must be unique. You cannot use the same identifier for different paragraph. Let's consider this case when we have many paragraphs. Let's say 4 different paragraphs now. One of them has got the identifier, which is para 1, and I want the other 3 paragraphs to be modified as well. To do that one, instead of using an identifier, you can use a class. If you go back to the style page, this time I will use dot, for example, info, which is my own names and my own definitions this time. Here I will say font family. Just use this one, and font size I use 12. Font weight 200. Text align left, and line height I'll leave it in parent and close. Okay, now if I go back to my source page, HTML page, this time I need to specify this, for example, paragraph. If I say paragraph class, instead of ID, if I use class and then give the name of info, which I had it in my CSS file, or let's say here again class dot info, let's save everything. Now it is 4 paragraphs. One of them has got identifier with para 1, the second one doesn't have any identifier or class, but the other 2 are defined with class info. If you look at this in design view, you can see what happens. This is the identifier as we defined in ID para 1, and this is a universal definitions for paragraph, and the other 2 are how we defined the paragraph based on class info. The next thing I want to do, change the color backgrounds. Let's say if you in paragraph, if you specify background, let's say color, and choose one color here, save this one, or if you go to the design view, you will notice that all paragraphs are now with the specified background color. If you want to have a separate background color, again you must change the same background color. If you specify that one for paragraph 1, then that can be specific for that paragraph only. Here if I say I want this paragraph to be with a pink background, then that would be only backgrounds for the para 1. The same thing with class, you can change that one if you want to. The next thing I want to do with my CSS file is adding a body tag. Let's say change the entire page rather than different paragraphs. That's why I want to modify some parts of the main body. Body, and in the body I want to have a background image. Background, let's say I want to add the background image. Browse, and I've already have on the images folder 1 file, just got a Blue Hills JPEG for my background, and there you go. If I save everything, and transfer everything across, including my image, then I should be able to see what is happening with my page. Now, the background is here, 4 paragraphs and one specific paragraph with a pink background. In the next video, I'll show you how you can use CSS to design complete the layout of the page, as well as some menus and buttons that just very similar to what we have done here for paragraphs and formatting the text. You can format the entire kind of look of a page. Thank you.